siren's gone. The umpire moves to the centre circle, about to put the ball in the air, which he does. Gene Scott for Corio. First tap down, a lovely tap it is. Stacks on the mill, almost still in the centre circle. Umpire calling for players to push the ball out. They can't do so, so he will put the whistle in the mouth, and we'll have a secondary ball up slightly towards the forward area for Corio. Scott again, lovely tap down, straight through the arms of Holzfind on that occasion, and Stacks on the mill again. Third time lucky, we should maybe get a free kick third time, Laurie. That's the standard, isn't it?
Well, already Gene Scott's a little bit too tall from the middle. He's got both hit outs.
Well, he's a bit taller and stronger than young Forbes, but the ball hit down again, taken for Corio. They can't clear the centre congestion as West are doing very well. They're blocking it up in there as that was O'Brien. Can't get clear with the footy. Whistle again to the umpire. Well, the game.
About 6 players nearly got a kick, Eric.
The game's been going for a minute and we haven't gone anywhere.
So they throw the ball up and Scott again gets the handball down. The corner made with the first effective kick. Quick kick out of the centre. Goes towards half forward and Colston stands in the road and takes a mark along half back. Now he'll go back. Goes wide looking for Melville. Melville lets the ball bounce. Now picks it up. Looks to go back by hand, gets around the player. Clifford lets him get through. Goes to centre half back, and it's marked there by the player in Paul Simpson, I think it is. Oh, no, it's not. That's Bidmade. I think it is. Yes, Bidmade. Goes short over the top. Melville back in this towards the centre of the ground. Bidmade follows up, gets the handball back. Now goes forward. Smothered by Walton. Good work. Comes in. Corio picked the ball up. Can't take possession of the ball. Collard it is. Comes back. Bidmade again. Back to Melville. These two players have had possessions already. The kick, unfortunately, goes wide and it's out of bounds on the full. And the resulting free kick to go to Corio. And Matthew Cullen will take the resulting free kick, it is, I think.
Nevada says, nearest man.
200th games, I'll take it.
I think the umpire called him, actually.
That's all right. So Cornwall, centre wing.
Must have shook his
Looks
hand
to go short, goes over the top. Matty Cullen pushes forward, takes a mark. Only just covers a true 10 metres there. But Matthew Cullen right in front of our commentary box here. Goes around, call the play on. Kick smothered down by Spengler. Good to it. Now it's picked up by, a free kick there. And it's going to the player in Holzfind for Corio. So Holzfind, centre wing, still hasn't moved very far. Looks to go long towards centre half forward, but again, coming across is Colston, goes back to Melville. Melville walks around the Corio player, short kick, goes 10 metres, but called to play on. In the hands of Colston again, kicks towards centre half forward. In front is the Gordon West player, Spall from behind. Now it's picked up again by hand, goes wide. This time Spengler's found some space, gets around the oncoming Corio player, goes towards the leading Wilkie at full forward, going back. In the flight of the ball there was Lewis for Corio, gets the ball, runs clear, kicks to the centre of the ground. Scott can't pick it up. Goes to Geelong West player there. Again, Lewis kicks the ball out wide, but it's picked up this time by Matthew Cullen. Dives in the ball. Free kick for in the back. Hands off quickly. Goes to Holzfind and wider and finds Matthew Wade. Called the play on again. Round the corner. O'Brien in front of Colston. Will come back on his left foot. Loves his left foot, but well done by Colston. Knocks the ball out of his hand. Ball on the half forward line. Flicked back, but it's gone out of bounds from the half forward line for the Corio side.
So the ball, we've been going almost 4 minutes in the first quarter. No score on the Common Nafoon Hotel scoreboard as the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Half forward flank for Corio. Tap forward by all the ruckman.
In the back.
That was a free kick against Robbie Walton's. Just crashed into the pack basically, and the ball will come back. Kick it's too short. And coming in for Corio there was doing the ruck work. They tap it forward. Colston for West. He can't pick it up. Bidmade can. No. And he's telling the Geelong West player in Spengler to keep his mouth shut, but he nearly had it full of dirt. He couldn't speak. However, the kick goes to the forward pocket for Corio. Still no score in the game. Picked up by Adam Melville. Free kick there for a high tackle, said the umpire. It was gone back to Adam Melville. Two Melvilles playing, Adam and Troy. So it's Adam in the back pocket for Geelong West. Gee, we might have a 0-0 draw today if this continues. We've been going 6 minutes and still no score.
So hands with Middleton. Middle on the half back line, goes towards centre wing. In front, good strong mark there by young Matthew Wade. So Matthew Wade to put the Corio back into attack. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Has Matthew Cullen, that is spoilt there. Comes across, picked up now by Barton, it is of Corio, goes towards full forward. Out in front is Dag, can't pick the ball up. This is the young kid playing his first game, I think, in Daniel Scott. Can't take possession, goes back. Colston has it, feeds the ball in the air, and a pressure there sees the ball go over the boundary line about 20 metres around from the behind post.
He's a big boy, young Scott, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I think he's only 15.
15,
Yeah.
according to Nevada Cornwall, yeah.
So Daniel Scott working out of the goal square with Feldman. Ball's thrown back into play. In front, this one, Walton, I think, gets the ball. Clifford knocks it further afield. Feldman picks it up, spins, doesn't quite get boot to ball. Picked up by Melville again, playing a good game for the Geelong West side, but a strong tackle from Corio sees a ball up about 25 metres out from the goals.
Interesting, Laurie, only 2 players of each side forward of the centre in the game for West.
That's a flood, Eric, I think.
Oh, okay.
We're not used to that.
Ball thrown in the air, comes to Feldman
goal.
around the corners, getting towards goal, goes to Scott. Scott off out of the goal square, and I reckon that's his first kick in the league, or senior football, I should say, and it's a score for Daniel Scott.
It's again, Scott absolutely dominating the middle, but Spengler read it well, took it away, but can't get a kick, unfortunately. And finally the ball comes back to Barclay, takes the mark backward of centre for Geelong West. Plays on, goes towards half forward, and Wade, very prominent early, young Matthew Wade, takes a very strong mark, goes back to the middle of the ground looking for Cullen. He can't take the mark, but the tackle from behind from Bidmaid was illegal in the eyes of the umpire, and free kick goes to Cullen. He's gone sideways exactly straight across the ground, and Wade again kicks it low. The lead this time has come from Clifford. Looking quite good. Cornwall took the handball from Clifford, slipped. Now Clifford again goes towards the half forward line. There's a good mark there to O'Brien. Just inside the 50-metre arc would be a very big kick for the young man, I'd suggest, and if there's any bruise, he's slightly against it. So good question, Dale. Can't see him out there, actually. As O'Brien now. It's a long kick. It's going to land in the goal square. Tapped through by the defence. And a rush.
It's a good start for the Corio side. Melvin, he's getting a bit of leather poison down there. He's getting heaps of kicks.
He's played on from full back and kicked the ball. Didn't quite go back to himself, but a poor kick out of defence.
That's actually a free kick, did you know? Is it? Because he's got to take the mark inside the 10-metre square.
Oh, okay. Well, the kick there from the Corio player comes towards centre half forward. It's not a real good kick, but it's cleaned up this time, I think, by Walton onto the ground. Now it comes back, goes to O'Brien by hand, finds Clifford, goes wide onto his right foot now, has a shot on goal. Young fella there, but over the top is Michael Bowman. Has taken a probably typical Michael Bowman mark in the air. He's about 10 metres out, but on a very acute angle. It's to Matty Cullen, but no, not this bloke.
We could come back to O'Brien if you wanted to.
Comes in, right foot kick on goal.
Oh.
So he's missed to the near side there, and that's a behind. So Corio moved to 1-2. They lead Geelong West yet to score, and we've gone just on 10 minutes first quarter, Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard.
So Corio probably had the majority of the play loss. They're just not capitalising the scoreboard yet.
No, you've got to get that score on the board, and West are just probably using the ball incorrectly at the moment. They're going too wide when they go forward.
So the ball brought out by Troy Melville. It's marked outside the defensive 50 by Etheridge for the West side. Mark further down, Sam Kelly. He goes on quickly towards half forward, and the mark again paid to the West side in the full forward area. Well, that side 50, Cornwall does a good job getting back in defence. Can't take the mark. Butters up, gets the ball up by hand, goes back toward the middle of the ground. Corio through Clifford. They pick it up and, well, handball to Cullen. He gets it quickly on his boot. Gone to, well, no one in particular, but Wade is held in on that occasion by Adam Melville and prevented from getting to the contest.
Matthew Wade, Eric, is coming up to kick number 7.
I'm just trying to work out the umpires waving, and I'm not too sure who's going where. There's, the umpires are confused, the players are confused, and I have no idea what's going on at the present moment. The ball
Coming back
one
to
of the umpires, I don't know what's happened here.
Coming back to Matthew Wade. Don't know what that was all about.
Oh, it's an umpire looking for a player with the blood rule, and it's young Bidmaid. And so perhaps the umpire had noticed it. The player had continued running, and he couldn't find him. Inside the centre square, we've been playing almost 12 minutes. Corio 8 points, West Geelong yet to score, and Matt Wade for Corio now. Kicks the ball long inside forward 50 for the Corio side. Numbers there with Geelong West. The crumb comes to Troy Feldman. Handball to Walton. Walton now. Well, he almost got a kick away. The ball comes back to Feldman. He has a pot shot from 30 metres out. Misses to the right-hand side. And a behind will be the result. 1 goal, 3-9 Corio. Geelong West yet to score. 12.5 minutes gone first quarter. The Common Nafeen Hotel scoreboard.
So the ball to be brought back into play this time by Spengler. Spengler's in the goal square trying to direct traffic. Still holds the ball.
Waiting for the umpire. What's he
You
waiting
don't have
for?
to worry for it anymore though, do you?
No.
I don't know what he's waiting for. I don't know why the umpire's not asking to play on.
Blood rule again.
Blood rule.
So it's Lee Clifford this time. On the knee.
So Corio to replace Lee Clifford with young Peter and
Athanasio, I think.
Good luck, boys, if he gets a fair bit of the footy.
So Spengler now doing his play, brings it back in with a short kick, looks to go long outside 50 and does so towards centre wing. In front is Wade, but doesn't go, falls through his hands, kicked off the ground. Now in the true centre wing position, but Matty Wade working hard in the first quarter. Picked up by a Geelong West player, but a handball goes to Walton of Corio, looks for Bowman further down the ground, and a spoil from behind by Job Reed puts the ball over there in front of the Corio Sporting Club social rooms.
Yeah, this can't find a way forward at the moment, the Blue West side or Geelong West side, Smithy, and they've got to try and get an avenue there or they're going to be in for a long afternoon.
So with balls come back into play with the Corio side looking to go towards the forward pocket. Here's this young fella just come on the ground, Thasanu, is taking a mark, and hopefully I'll get this right name by the end of the day. But
I think it's Athanasio.
Athanasio.
You've got it, I think, Eric, yeah. We'll just put you...
Just for the information of people at the ground here, Troy Feldman is wearing number 4, not number 28 as per the record. So just in case they're wondering who we're talking about.
So
that's not a bad looking kick for a first kick.
So
Peter, in the middle once again, tapped down by Scott, absolutely dominating in the middle, but picked up by Smith for Geelong West. Handball, well, there's a whistle on play, head-high tackle, said the umpire, and free kick to Troy Melville. He gets a handball quickly to Smith. Smith out wide for West, and there's a good mark on the centre wing for the West side, taken by Delaney. They're getting the ball out of the centre pretty well, but they're not really going past half forward, West Geelong at the moment. Now the umpire, well, I think a little ticky touchwood in the back. I think the player was laying on the ground, and I did see an arm go into his back, and that looks a bit like Simpson down that end. The long kick towards half forward, Cullen in front, can't take the mark, but Spengler taps at the ground. Wade, no, it's not Wade, I don't think on this occasion, it's Collard. Round the body, and Lee Clifford just come back on after the blood rule. Handball to Holzfeind, he's tackled. He gets a handball away and butters up. Oh, gee, Wade went the opposite way instead of helping the player. Now it's a 50-metre penalty against the Geelong West player. I think it might have been
number 4, I think.
Barkley, was it? Or doesn't matter, because a 50-metre penalty has been applied. Not a great 50. I won't be buying land off that fella. As Holzfeind now, man on the marks, 40 metres from goal. There's the lead from who was it that time?
Feldman.
Was Feldman. Handball, the old Bellpost Hill connection there. As the ball handball out, goes astray. Robbie Walton for Corio. Picks it up, handballs inboard. Unfortunately, it's tap's gone first quarter as Walton tries to get the tap down. It's cleared, although kick smothered there for West into the arms of Spengler. He eludes a couple of tackles, has a bounce, and away he goes. Tries a torpedo, doesn't really get hold of it, but when the ball hits the ground, it eludes a number of players. There was a Corio player tackled high. I would have thought that you can't touch any player around the head these days, can you? That's a free kick, and goes to the Corio side. Chip to the middle of the ground, and
Barton, I think.
it is Barton. He's a tall
young boy too,
well, isn't he? So,
Yeah, local born.
so Barton now for Corio. Long kick towards half forward. Big pack. Oh, Wade almost a mark. Can't hang on to it. Comes down by hand to Etheridge. Etheridge for West. Goes towards Wilkie. He overruns the foot. He hasn't got much recovery either, I don't think, Chris. As he's been around for a while. Now there's a whistle on play. It's off the ball. And free kick on this occasion and that's gone to Mitchell. So Mitchell, handball quickly to Spengler, and Spengler's the go-to man. He's outside 50, heads towards the full forward area. There's a good mark in the almost in the goal square for the West Geelong side, and I guess that's the only way they're going to score. Long two position, depend on the big mark, and it's been taken on this occasion by David Middleton. Just strolls in. That's the first score for the Geelong West side.
Ball's thrown in the air. Scott over the top. Oh, nice palm down, but picked up nicely by Melville. Tackled by Bowman. Umpire says no chance of getting rid of that ball, and another throw up in the centre of the ground will result. So Scott doing most of the ruck work in the first quarter. Again, jumps high, gets the ball back, goes to Walton, can't pick it up, knock forward, goes to Bidmead. Now by hand to Spengler, takes a bounce on the left foot, goes long towards full forward, looking for Wilkie, but Osekas leads in the race for the ball, but unfortunately goes out of bounds. Even defence here. Over the top comes Geelong West, knocked the ball back, goes to Spengler, tackled too high or too enthusiastically there by the Corio player and James Hartle, and the resulting free kick goes to Spengler. So Spengler, probably right on the 50-metre arc, I think he would be here, and we'll look to put the ball deep into the forward line.
Can we go to Forbes?
Comes in Spengler now, half forward flank, 45 degrees. Long kick on goal, make the square. Contest in there, Scott's there, ball comes to the front of the pack, there's a free kick given.
West.
And it going to Chris Wilkie, I think it is. It's going to get the resulting free kick. So Wilkie will be put on a 45-degree angle here.
That's a wrong decision. If the free kick was in the goal square, he goes straight out in front.
He's sitting inside the goal square, so Wilkie from point blank range chips over the top, and there's two quick goals to the Geelong West side.
Magnificent tap down to Cornwall, to Bowman by hand, and this is much better from Corio. Very quickly into the full forward position and into the arms of the leading Troy Feldman, and that was really training drill stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that should have been happening. Scott's absolutely dominating the tap outs in the middle, but it hasn't been to advantage. Well, the kick has come there from Feldman. Umpire hadn't blown time off, so it didn't come off the short pass anyway. So
Eric, has been 9 centre throw-ups, if you like to call it that, and Scott's got every one.
yes, but Corio haven't cleared the ball every time, Loz.
No.
West have been reading him pretty well. It's Troy Feldman now. Very acute angle, 35 metres out. Has the shot
Missed
on
everything.
goal. I reckon he might have put it out on the full. And that's an unfortunate return, because Corio did very well out of the centre. But at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter, the ensuing free kick has now gone to Geelong West.
No one on the marking goal he likes.
Well, I don't know. Do you have to kick it to yourself from out there? But
I'm sure you don't have to.
Just want to kick in a handball stat.
That's a novelty. And finally, the ball comes to Adam Melville, goes right across the ground, looking for Troy. I assume they're brothers. He picks it up, kicks it along the wing. The long wing here at the Corio. Unfortunately, it's going to beat all players over the boundary line. Corio, 2 goals straight, Geelong West.
I would think enough time to go, but out of the ruck contest comes to Lewis, goes towards centre half forward. In front is Dag for Geelong West. Has the ball, cleans up now. By kick goes towards half forward. Contest there in front. Picked off nicely as it kicked it towards half forward line. Handball back over the top. Comes back for Geelong West here. Player is tackled. 2 or 3 Corio players. Managed to get the handball out. Dives on the ball now. Comes out to O'Brien, I think it was. Gets the ball back to Melville. Melville goes right. Now back on his left. Has Barclay in the centre of the ground. Goes towards that player now. And he takes the mark. So Barclay told to play on. Not the correct distance. Gets a quick handball across. Tackle again. Good pressure there from Corio. Look to turn the ball over. Comes back this time to Smith. Gets through the contest. Misses the ball with his kick, unfortunately. Comes out to Lewis again. By foot comes wide. Has Matty Cullen running by himself. A foot race here, but Matty Cullen, I wouldn't say too much pace, but gets the ball on. Finds Holzfein. Goes back by hand. Misses Collard coming the other way. Has time to steady. Gets around the oncoming player, goes by hand again to Cullen. Cullen quickly on the left foot. Picked up well by Walton. Walton, his kick's not good towards the forward line. Good pressure there from the Geelong West half-back line. Comes out now to Matthew Wade. Great hands over the top, finds Holzfein it is. Gets under the player, steadies on goal and shoots.
That was
And
class.
it's either touched or it's gone through.
Goal.
It is a goal.
Middle again, Scott. We're going to get sick of saying that today. Beautiful tap down again, picked up there by O'Brien for Corio. In front there is Wade. He's playing a very good role as he's just chipped it forward. And again, Troy Feldman, 25 metres out, a much better angle than the most recent shot that he had, and we'll have a shot on goal. Another goal here late in the quarter will...
it'll be good reward for their work, won't it?
It would. So Feldman, it's a much better...
He's not going to give us a Barrio tour, but I think
it's
that's
a much better control kick, and Troy Feldman...
In the air this time, Scott with his height reaches over the top, gets the ball down, picked up by Bedmead, comes towards the centre wing. Collard leads in the race for the ball, picks the ball up, tries to get back through players, or probably not the right option, but goes back to Nevada Cornwall. And the 200th game goes towards half forward. And we're looking at Holt's find there, and he takes a good mark in front of Dag, and it's been awarded, I think, or a free kick, Mark?
No, against him.
No, against him, is it? So holding the player, it must have been. So the free kick going to Mick Dag there on the half-back line for the Geelong West side. Looking for options down the field, has two players short, now looks to go longer. And we're going towards over centre wing, good ball from behind, comes out, goes to Forbes, has a chance, gets the ball going forward, and it's looking for Geelong West player there in Doyle, I think it was, goes by hand. Oh, no, he doesn't, he kicks the ball down forward, and the resulting free kick or mark has also been taken by Wilkie on a strong lead. So Chris Wilkie, 40 metres out. Not sure Wilkie has played many games up forward, Laurie, so
I think this might test him, I think, Dale.
On his range, so from 40 metres out, Chris Wilkie comes in.
He'll test the hammies.
It's come off the boot pretty well, but it's going to come to the nearer side, and it's through for a behind. So Wilkie scores a point late in the quarter. His second score, he's now kicked 1 goal 1. Geelong West 2 goals 1. They trail Corio 4 goals 2. And ticking towards 28 minutes, first quarter, Commonafine Hotel scoreboard.
The kick in taken quickly by Ruck and finds a Sarkis. He's not far outside the 10-metre square, but now he goes further, and the mark taken out there by Hartle. He, played on quickly, now finds Cornwall. Nevada Cornwall in game number 200. Takes them on and gets caught. We be free kicked for that, as you can't do that. Good tackle, and you need to get the ball on quickly. Now the mistake has been compounded because the ball quickly goes inside 50 for Geelong West. There's a player, I think he was trying to shepherd, and he hit his own teammate, didn't he? So it's a comedy of errors at the moment as the whistle's gone. It's a free kick to Matty Cullen for Corio. He's tried to go long now, looking for, Scott, almost a... Well, the umpire paid a one-handed mark. I think, he landed terribly hard on the ground. Handball quickly to Walton. That's a better-looking kick from Robbie Walton and into the arms of Holzfine. No interference on that occasion. Nobody else anywhere near him. He read that very, very well. Came off the half-forward flank into position at centre half-forward. And at the 29-minute mark of the first quarter, Holzfine, man on the mark, 35 metres out directly in front. The opportunity for certainly another score here for Corio. Moves in Holzfine, doesn't strike it that well, but it's going to fall in. I reckon that's about all it did there. That might be the absolute maximum.
So ball back in the centre. Scott again tries to palm the ball down. It's plucked off there by Geelong West. They go forward. Comes towards centre half forward. Coming the other way is Collard, I think it is. Looks for the handball out. An interception there from the Geelong West player in Philby, who tries to knock the ball forward. Back in the hands with Corio now. Across the half back. Oh, the player tries to take him on. Gets the ball back to Ruck. Ruck goes wide, finds Lewis running over centre wing. Now towards centre half forward. Not a good looking kick, but Clifford's there. Good play there from Geelong West getting back to support was Middleton as the quarter time siren sounds here at Corio Oval.
So at quarter time, the score shows Corio, the home side, 5-3-33. They lead Geelong West. All right, the siren sounded. We're just about underway here in the second quarter as the ball goes in the air. Scott again continues his dominance. However, it doesn't get the ball clear as it's picked up for Geelong West and kicked towards half forward. Well, mark not taken by Delaney, but the umpire signified interference in the marking contest. And Delaney, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. In fact, we're right behind the line of this kick. Decides not to have a go at the goal. Centres it into the corridor. Wilkie comes out. Oh, strong pair of hands. I can understand why he's up on the forward line. That was a one-grab, strong mark. I suppose the question mark here is the guy that I've always known as a defender. Can he capitalise on that strong mark? Because the man in the mark's 35 metres out directly in front, and this will be a very good start for Geelong West if he can capitalise. Moves in strongly, not a bad looking kick. It's just cleared the the players in the goal square, but it is a goal.
Simpson, Bruck, still by Scott, does well, gets a handball, comes down to Cornwall, flicks the ball forward, goes back now into the centre of the ground. Cornwall still on his hand and knees, gets up and picks the ball, but a tackle, or a high tackle, with the player without the ball, and Bidmaid takes the free kick, has the ball, comes wide, looking for and finds Middleton. So Middleton, centre wing, goes round the corner now, going towards half forward. A good lead up the ground there by the Geelong West player in Shelim Kelly. Doesn't quite get the kick away. Comes this time to Danny Ruck, lying on the ground over the ball. Not ping for it. Yes, he is. He is now. And the free kick goes to Bidmaid again.
Yeah, stiff was
So
it? The ball had come out the back and the blind side of the umpire. The ball was nowhere near under him.
He was looking to feed off then, but Bidmaid now goes back, kicks the ball towards the forward pocket. Wilkie on the lead, stops out of that contest, lets the ball hit the ground, goes off the ground. Ball now contest there by 3 or 4 players. Comes out this time, goes to, it's Middleton again, has a shot on goal, and it's just off to the right-hand second corner.
The kick in comes to a circus for Corio. As might be Fano's phone, I don't know where that is. But the ball comes now to half-back flank for Corio. Picked up by Barton. Barton goes towards the half-forward position. It's intercepted there for Geelong West by Barclay. Goes to the middle of the ground. Mark has been paid. They play on quickly through Spengler towards half forward now. Wilkie. Almost another fine mark. Doesn't hang on to it, unfortunately. Cullen, who's back in the defensive half, trying to block things up there. He gets a quick kick away. Spengler again. Very dominant around the middle of the ground. Kicks it on the left foot. Oh, it's all Geelong West. There's players everywhere there. Mark taken by Philby. He goes wide. I don't know why. And finally Bowman, a bit of experience, taps it back to Cornwall. And now Cornwall goes out wide looking for Bowman, who's made brilliant ground there. Ran very quickly to create space. Now to Clifford. And this is much better for Corio. Clifford now, half forward flank on the beach side, I suppose you'd call it. Chips it back inboard to Cornwall. Cornwall now, long kick inside 50, looking for Feldman. He can't take the mark, but I'll tell you what, the umpires are very, very touchy on the marking contest today. He's indicated that Troy was interfered with, and Troy Feldman, he's only 30 metres out. He is on a fairly acute angle, but the opportunity now to get the answering goal at the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. Feldman now moves in. Good looking kick. The goal umpire did not move, and Troy Feldman has kicked.
Scott, big long tap out, comes to Holzfine. Going the other way, but spins around, goes onto his right foot, looking for Bowman leading up the ground, and Bowman from 40 metres out has taken the mark out in front of goal. Goes quickly by foot, and Daniel Scott comes out. It went through his hand, hit him in the head. Robbie Walton's there, front and square to the contest. The ball's kicked off the ground by Colston, it is, for Geelong West, and it's gone out of the bounds and on the full. So from 50 metres out, the Corio side through Matthew Wade will bring the ball back deep into their forward line. Comes backwards, goes to Cullen. Umpire's called. No, he's play on now. He comes onto his left foot, swings back, looking for Clifford, and Clifford takes a nice mark. I think he just judged the ball and read that a little bit better on the flight. And Lee Clifford, from about 30 metres out directly in front, should bring up the Corio side's 7th goal.
I think the coach has been listening to us, Laura. I think he might be centre half forward at the moment.
Yeah, I think it is, and it was footy smarts too. You knew Cullen was a left footer, and present yourself there was always going to go there.
So Clifford comes in from 30 metres out directly in front. Umpire moves a little bit, but that's another goal to the Corio side. They moved it.
It's up again. Scott again went the other way this time, but he found Spengler, and great tackle there by the umpire. I thought that was the perfect tackle, and it's paid a free kick in the back to Bidmaid. He's getting a bit of the football.
That's kick number 6.
He's not too sure where to go. The umpire's told him to continue now. He's called play on. Kicks it out wide. As not successful at this point. Although, pretty poor attack on the footy there by Barton has allowed Delaney in. That's not a bad shot at goal. It's going to be a free kick in the goal square. The umpire's...
Matty's trying to umpire, but I think it's going to work today, Matty.
Well, the umpire, this fellow is making a few blunders here because the ball didn't hit the ground. It was marked outside the goal square, and yet he's marking in the middle of the goal square, so he's making his own rules up. And they're a bit hard to follow, I've got to say.
I thought Chris was going to try and snare one there, but...
And now he's paid it to the bloke who got flattened.
That is...
So it was...
Mitchell, is it?
No, David Middleton.
Middleton, 8 kicks.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. This time Scott goes to the right-hand side. Matthew Wade comes in and takes possession of the ball. Goes to Holes Fine, back to Cullen, back to Matty Wade. Kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Bowman in front, doesn't take the mark. Now puts on a tackle. Good work there by Melville. Gets the handball out. I don't think he'll match him with pace here. Oh, good work from Bowman. Takes the ball back. Picked up by Clifford. Spins out of the pack. Goes in the right foot and around the corner. And Lee Clifford has got the quick resulting goal there. Brown goes up. Scott again. Tops the ball forward, gets a second chance at it. All strong work from Cullen coming off the boundary line. Knocks Melville over. He's not too well there, but the ball's kicked forward, and it is Barton for Corio. Takes the resulting mark, kicks the ball forward. Walton in best position, goes over the top, comes through to Clifford again. Doesn't get the handball around. A good tackle there by Etheridge, it is, I think, at this time. And Mark Etheridge will take the resulting free kick on the half-back line for Geelong West. So Etheridge goes back. Looking for options. Spengler's could be the long option. Goes towards him. In front's Barton, but Spengler moves to the front. Goes through the hands. Now he's got the ball. Kicks it off the ground. Goes back to Cornwall. Chips the ball short. Finds Matty Cullen, it is. Goes wider. Looking this time at Matthew Wade. So Wade takes the mark. Still outside 50. Has the ball. In between centre half forward and the centre square, goes short. This time it goes, Holes Fine's pushed into the centre half forward position, taking the mark. So Holes Fine looking for options, has Feldman on the move, goes short looking for Feldman, goes through his hands, recovers, tips the ball up. Good tackle there from Geelong West, tackled by two players in fact, one being Philby, and the free kick will result and will go to Chris Doyle, I think it is, at the half, or between half-back and full-back position.
So Doyle goes wide in defence for West and finds Middleton on the half-back flank, who takes the mark just inside the field of play. Now chips it inboard, has found a bid made. He makes a bit of space for himself. Both these sides, Laurie, don't think are defending all that well, but there's a good attempt at mark there by Barton. Can't hang on to it, however. Yeah. And there's another Tiggy Touchwood one from this one particular umpire. It goes, the free kick's on it. Geelong West. Boys. Wilkie, well, I thought he probably was interfered with on that occasion, but the crumb on there. Yeah, well, the crumb was picked up by Troy Melville. Had a pot shot from 30 out directly in front and missed, unfortunately. 4-3-27 Geelong West. 8-3-51 Corio. Exhaust Brothers second quarter scoreboard. 11.5 minutes gone. The kick in came in quickly to Cornwall. He takes the mark, chips it over the top to Cullen. Cullen takes the mark. He absorbed the tackle and plays it. Well, the umpire has indicated a high tackle in the marking contest, and as I suggested, this fellow is confusing the players a bit, but on this occasion, Corio reaped the benefit of a 50-metre penalty as Lewis comes off the ground to allow Athanasio back on. Now Cullen has to go long. Looking for Clifford, can't take the mark. Good contest, but he butters up well at ground level. Now there's a whistle on play. What's happened there?
The umpire hadn't blown time off here.
Oh, goodness gracious. I wonder, can the game continue? Cullen now, the forward low, he's gone the big torpedo, and it's fallen into the arms of Lee Clifford, who was the only man to read the torpedo and the only man to fly for the mark. He's 25 metres out directly in front, just kicked the last goal, and an opportunity to kick his third for the game at the 12.5 minute mark of this second quarter. Lee Clifford.
Could be the difference in the two teams, I think, Eric.
At the present time.
You make a good coach. You suggested put him there.
Thanks very much. Lee Clifford now moves in. It's, gee whiz, I tell you what, his kicking's improved too. That's a dead set.
Goes back to Holes, fine tackle there. Good pressure there. Spengler comes out, kicks the ball quickly going forward. Wilkie in front, looks to take the mark, goes over the top. Osiris with pressure. Support there from the Corio side. The free kick again being given, this time for...
it's 10 out of 10 for a dive.
Well, I'm not too sure what the free kick was for, but anyway, Chris Wilkie for the Geelong West side is going to have a shot from the forward pocket. Not on the right side for the right footer, but he'll have a shot on goal. So Wilkie decides to go towards the top of the square. A good kick there to the Geelong West player, and Etheridge wasn't paid the mark, knocked through his hands, picked up and cleared by Corio to centre wing. Philby goes back with the fly of the ball, takes the mark, doesn't, turns around, goes towards Middleton. He has the ball on the half forward flank. Towards centre half forward he comes, looking for Delaney, but Delaney under pressure from a lot of people there. And the free kick has been given the way to Nevada Cornwall. So Cornwall, centre half back, goes wide to the club side of the ground. looking for and finding Matty Wade. Wade,
Is that a good game?
true centre wing, played very well. Goes forward again, half forward, looking for Scott. Interception there by
Corio. They thrown in. Walton tapped down to Cullen. The kick towards half forward. Umpire in bad position on that occasion. There was a clear push out to Clifford. The umpire, in fact, this umpire hasn't given any decisions. I don't think it's all the other fella. But the ball now kicked out wide towards the change rooms here at Corio. Picked up for West by Delaney. Goes towards half forward. Over the head of his teammate there. And inside forward 50. Following up is Etheridge. Well, there's a whistle on play. What's happened? The boundary umpire might have got some assistance from the goal umpire there. He was a fair way behind. But it is 30 metres from the behind post in the forward pocket now for Geelong West, kicking to the city end in this second quarter as the ball there comes into play. Tap forward by Etheridge. Picked up there by Holzfine. Good work from him. Ruck, he can't control it. Back to Holzfine. Now a handball over the top. This time it is Collard. He goes wide and good mark by Wade again. He goes to the lead there of Bowman. He was held in the contest and the umpire picked it as well. And Michael Bowman now, half forward flank for Corio, has been given the free kick. Goes long to the full forward position. That's a much better effort from young Daniel Scott. Had control of the football now. He's got Lee Clifford on his own. The kick unfortunately wasn't strong enough and it's cut off in defence. But there's a terrible kick out of defence as Holzfine there. He picks it up, tries to take the player on. He gets around, hooks it back in. This time looking for Walton. He can't take the mark. Picked up by Scott, handball to Bowman. Bowman around the corner from the forward pocket. And a lot of hard work.
Round up against him, Forbes. Over the top, Scott again. Hands of Cornwall. Tries to burst through the pack, I should say. Handball off to Matty Wade. Now the umpire says it's play on. And it goes towards Feldman. Some good football there from Corio's side. And quick movement sees Feldman take the mark 30 metres out from goal. I would say directly in front. So Troy Feldman looking to find his second goal of the afternoon. Goes back.
Third goal.
Well, I must have missed one. But there he goes. He goes at it. Stabs at the ball. But I'm saying this is off to the left-hand side. Or right-hand side. And it's a behind there for Feldman. And moves the Corio side to 10 goals.
He has the ball about to come in. Looks like Fratoli just onto the ground. Does the kicking in for Corio. Finds a teammate there in Barclay. Goes out wide. And they control the footy West. As the ball is on the halfback flank, can't quite see around the corner a bit.
Jade, big mate.
So
with Melville now.
Melville's taking the mark, still on the blind side as he comes inboard now. Back into play. Well, mark dropped there by Smith, should have been taken. Bidmaid comes in to support. He's over the footy. If the umpires are consistent, they'll blow the whistle. They don't. Handball from Cullen very quickly to Athanasio. He goes to the full forward position for Corio. Bowman made brilliant pace there to get to the drop of the footy and runs into the open goal. And that was created simply by the...
But the ball goes back in the air. Scott again gets the ball, knocks it wide, but read well there by the Geelong West player. I think it was Delaney, and the ball goes forward. Spengler's having a shot on goal, but the umpire says it's got to come back. And back in the centre of the ground, Daryl Delaney will take the free kick. So ball being transferred back to the centre of the ground. Big Scott doesn't think he has to push back into the back line there. I think he's got the square covered, he says. So Delaney now looking for some option. Has a couple here wide. Goes short. In front is Cornwall, but goes over his head. Athanasio picks the ball up. A quick kick round the corner. Matty Wade leads for the ball. Picked up there, or tricked by Melville. Does well. Spins out of the contest. Goes short and finds a diving Mitchell just inside the centre square. So Mitchell kicks the ball forward now. Goes wide. Over the top for Corio is Greaves. It is. The ball comes behind. Comes to Spengler. Goes by hand. Can't find the player there in Etheridge. It is. He's fighting for it on the ground. Out of the pack comes Collard. Does well. Picks the ball up. Breaks free. Takes a bounce. Takes his second. Now looks to drive the ball forward. Kicks the ball from centre wing. Goes towards half forward. Going back with the flight of the ball. I think that's Delaney again. Is it going back with the flight of the ball? And a good saving mark there. Transfers back towards the centre or the centre wing position. Ball hits the ground. Picked off. Melville leads for the chase. But the ball with Walton sees it over the boundary line on true centre wing.
So 21.5 minutes gone in this second quarter. 70 plays 27. Corio in control with the ball about to come in just forward of centre wing. on the change room side here at Shell Oval. Only ruckman to go for that, in fact, was that's Simpson on his own, but the ball's forced forward again by Corio. Just weight of numbers at the moment, as finally it comes by hand to Melville, and he's chipped the ball back towards centre wing. Mark taken by Delaney for Geelong West. So West need to come forward with a bit more purpose. They're just bombing it at the moment. There's a big fly at forward for the West side, but Mark not taken. West at least Corio at ground level, very tenacious. Ball does come out at the last thing to Middleton. Well, I don't know where he was going, but he finally found Smith. Goes along to the goal square. It's bouncing. Picked up there by Asikas. He takes it wide. That's a lovely relieving kick. And Mark taken for Corio by Collard. Surprising to me, they perhaps haven't got Bigham onto the ground by now. You'd reckon he'd have warmed up, but the ball, well, there's not a good-looking kick. Put the young fellow under pressure, but the old fella comes to help him. Cornwell, he's gone. Too long. First option's got to be. Athanasio was there, ready for the handball out, but Cornwell, he might be just a little overawed by the game, Loz, because that was not like him at all, as he's tagged with the footy. Good tap by Asikas from the back of the pack at the forward line for Corio. Picked up the crumbs there by Smith for West. Just zips it across, and that's a lovely pass, and he's found, looks like Etheridge to me, 25 metres out, near enough to directly in front for the Geelong West side. Yes, Mark Etheridge?
I think he might have been ex-St Joey's, Mark Etheridge, I think.
Yes, he's got an opportunity here to kick another goal. So far in the quarter, it's 6-2 for Corio. As, well, speaking of the devil,
he's on.
Ricky Bigham comes onto the ground as Etheridge now moves in. That's a nice looking kick from his boot. What has he done? He's kicked a goal. So that's a very...
Scott gets a short tap over the top, goes to Bowman. He knocks the ball towards centre wing. Bigham just on the ground, gets his handball across. Not an effective one, but Ingerson taps the ball. Now it comes back to Reed, it is. Gets the handball up, goes back to Ingerson. Pressure there from Bowman. Players on the ground, clean pick up there on the centre wing. Comes back towards Bidmate it is, and for Geelong West. Now goes forward. It's a pretty scrambly play, but finally we get a kick on ball towards centre half forward. Oh, good play there from... I think it was Greaves or someone there from the Corio side. Gets the ball to the ground, picked up again by Etheridge, goes towards half the forward pocket. In front is big fella there in Wilkie, I should say.
Some better results.
Ball thrown back into play, picked up this time by Bidmate about from the half forward pocket. A shot on goal, goes through for a behind. So goals for.
So the kick in quickly taken for Corio. Oh, gee, Mark dropped there by O'Brien. You've got to take those from the kick in, and now he's going to be in trouble because he's been pinged for holding the footy. And
pinged again if he's not careful.
It's a serious turnover there because you don't take blokes on like Adam Spengler, too experienced, and the young fellow should learn a lesson from that, I would think. Spengler now, the opportunity. Man on the mark well inside the 50-metre arc, but Spengler is going to start from the boundary line.
Quality player, could kick this.
Could, certainly moves in now. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. It's spinning back towards the goal area. It was touched on the very close, but behind the line. So Adam Spengler kicks a second goal in a row. The ball goes in the air. Scott tapped down Hole's fine. Immediately tackled, and the umpire will do it all again. As the ball is in his arms. Still in the centre circle. Ball goes up again. Scott, well, he might have been beaten on that occasion, but on this occasion, Collard picked up the crumbs as it goes to full forward for the Corio side. Out wide, kicked by, that was Troy Melville. Bowman with his pace. Oh, he's tackled without the footy, surely. No, said the umpire. And, well, I think he's probably given the second free kick because they jumped all over the top of Michael Bowman. And just on the 50-metre arc, the forward area for Corio, Michael Bowman for that team, kicks it now to the head of the goal square. That's where it needs to go. Reading it well was young Scott, but didn't take the ball with him, unfortunately. And the ball is now cleared out for the Geelong West side. Bidmate, the only player to go for the ball, takes the mark, goes out wide, has found Adam Melville. He kicks it along the boundary line, and mark taken there by Ruck. Ruck now goes across the ground. There's Bowman. If he gets the run of the footy, he's heading to an open goal here. Picks it up. Handball back over the top to Wade. Handball's not good. Wade can't reach the footy. He tries to tap it back through his legs toward Bowman. Now it stacks on the mill again. And the umpire, he could have just about pinged him there, but he didn't. As the umpire will call for the footy. 40 metres out from goal, near enough to directly in front. 29 minutes gone in the quarter. As the umpire now puts the ball in the air once again. Bigham, the only player to go for it. Wade comes in, try to tap it forward. Hole's fine, in hard for the footy. Stacks on the mill again. And the umpire will call for the footy. Almost a repeat performance from 10 seconds ago when the umpire put the ball in the air. Almost 50 metres out, directly in front of the Corio goal. Has blown time off. Just trying to pick the footy up. So we go again now. There's another interchange for Geelong West. Mitchell coming back on the ground. This time big tap forward. Bowman picks it up. Handball quickly to Cornwall. Cornwall around the body. Mark almost dropped there by Hartles, but he takes the mark. Now looking for something up forward. Just a long kick into forward 50. Out there, young Scott was probably pushed in the back. Troy Feldman. Well, he's tackled. The ball comes to the ground, picked up there, and great pace there by Holzfine. The ball is in the air, and it is a goal as the siren sounds, or is it?
It's got to be a goal. He kicked it before the siren went.
The umpire, goalie's not even interested.
Well, the umpire, that's interesting. Well, there's no score. The umpire has
packed his flags up and he's off.
Now, wait on. I think the two field umpires are here conversing, and
got to be a goal.
I'd say the trailing goal umpire, definitely saw the fact that was kicked before the siren sounded. The goal umpire is...
he's deemed it was in the air but he's wrong. Once he kicks it, it's got to be counted.
So Holzfine, I would suggest, has kicked his third goal, and that might be a goal as the goal umpire about to signify. It will be a goal. It will be the 12th goal to the Corio side, and at half-time, the score will read Corio 12 goals for 76. Geelong West 6 goals for clearly tapped down. Following through this time is Wade again. Good start in this quarter on the left foot towards half forward. Grenfell can't take the mark. In defence, West Geelong get it back towards the centre of the ground. Good tap there over the head by Hartle, but not to advantage, although it's come good now because the ball's ended up in the arms of Ruck. Short chip to Nevada Cornwall. And Cornwall now looking for some options to further down the ground. There's plenty of space for players to lead into, and Big Scott, he doesn't move as quickly as some of the other big fellas, but he put the big arms around and has taken the mark on half forward flank for the Corio side. Direct towards the goal mouth. No player can take the mark. Back of the pack now. Picked up there by Troy Melville for the west side. Chips it over the top to Colston. He goes wide, but in the road there is Matty Cullen. And Cullen now. He chips it inboard, and that's a good positional kick because Holzfine is in good position, centre of the ground here. Now they can go down the corridor. Goes out wide looking for Lee Clifford, who's made the lead out there. He's not in front. Does contest the mark, however. Comes to ground. Picked up there by Ricky Bigham off the left foot. Oh, well read by Troy Feldman. There were two defenders, both looking at the footy. Feldman came in between them, almost on hands and knees, and took the mark. So 15 metres out, almost directly in front. Troy Feldman, the opportunity for first score in this third quarter. Moves in on the right foot. That doesn't miss them from there. That's his third for the day. And that
again with a big tap wide, looks for Matty Wade coming through there, but a free kick given away to the Geelong West side, and it's Smith will take the resulting free kick. Goes back by hand to Melville, and he goes towards half forward. Spengler and Cornwall. Cornwall hits the ground, but Spengler stays on his feet. Runs towards the forward pocket. Tackled there by the Corio player, I think, in Hartles, and the free kick is going against him. No, it was Greaves, I think. And the free kick now with Spengler in between the half forward flank and forward pocket, right on the boundary line. So
you kick one down this other end, Dale. I know it's a bit tight there.
Andrew Spengler walks in.
This will be a good kick goal if he dobs this one.
It's a nice kick off the boot, goes to the goal square, comes over the top, bounces off the player's chest in the goal square and rushes through for a behind to Geelong West, which moves them along to 6 goals 5, 41. They trail the Corio side 13 goals 4, 82. Osekas will bring the ball back into play, comes wide, looking for and finds the player and holds fine, but the curl play on there. Tap forward, goes towards Scott. Pressure, good pick up there by Etheridge. Goes back to Melville. Melville goes short, and this time finds Doyle, I think it is, just out of side the 50-metre arc at centre half forward. Again, back by hands to Melville. Melville going wider this time. In front and looking for Spengler, but over the top, Wilkie takes the mark, uses his strength, stays on his feet, gets the handball off. Ball's kicked towards the goal square, and again, the ball goes through for another behind to the Geelong West side. I'm not too sure who actually kicked that, but it moves along to 6-6. They still trail the Corio side on 13 goals 4.
So Danny Ruck to kick in. 5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Long kick from Ruck, looking for Bigham. It is, who's led right up towards the halfback flank to go for the mark, but it's now over the boundary. Well, it's not over the boundary line. The umpire's played a free kick against Corio.
Yeah, against Holsfend. He dropped the ball.
So bit of a difference of opinion there. As two ruckmen get involved as the ball continues. The game goes on. Mark taken by Bidmate again. He's at centre half forward. Not too sure where to go as players are moving. Well, there's quite a lot more movement on the forward line now. As the umpire calls him to play on, has to kick long towards the goal square. Big pack of players up there, comes to ground. Picked up in front of the pack on that occasion by, looked like Kelly to me. And it's Sam Kelly that's kicked the goal for the West side. And
it was. It's Scott this time, knocks the ball again, looking for Matthew Wade, but Cullen off the wing, picks the ball up off the ground and pushes the ball forward, comes through the legs of Melville, straight into the hands of Wade, who's standing behind him. Clifford comes over the top of the pack, can't pluck the ball from behind, picked up well there and cleared for the Geelong West side by Mitchell, goes towards the wing, looking for Etheridge, leads in front of Barton. Barton gets a favourable bounce, comes to the back of the line, and Smith comes through and he takes the ball over the boundary line on the half forward line, or between half forward and centre wing. Geelong West slightly into attack here at Corio. So the throw-in about to take place. Scott and Forbes. 2.55. Scott with the left hand hooks it back, goes towards Cullen, but he can't pick it up. Bidmade tries to get there. Corrected flow of play. Ball's on the ground, going nowhere, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball in the air once again.
Cullen did a fair job there because he outnumbered 3-1 and just blocked it up, didn't he?
He did a good job. And we're in the air again. Scott over the top, comes back this time to Doyle. Smothered by Barton, goes forward. Cameron O'Brien, or Christian O'Brien, kicks the ball towards half forward. Bingham leads in the race for the ball, taps it forward, but unfortunately only knocks the ball over the boundary line. So with Troy, that is, comes to the back of the pack, picking the ball up or trying to pick the ball up. There's a number of players there on the ground. I think it's Cornwall working hard at ground level, has gotten the headlock, and umpire says it's not coming out, and we'll throw the ball in the air once again.
So it's in the attacking area for Corio as Bingham does the ruck work, taps it forward, picked up by Clifford, tackle without the football, and well, I guess that was experience, Laurie, because he went to pick it up, left it on the ground, and the player just threw him to the ground.
He was right on the spot.
Well, he was right in perfect position to see that, and Lee Clifford now 35 metres out directly in front, the opportunity to increase the Corio score, and as further the game goes, the better Clifford's looking, Laurie, is at this level.
Yes, if he puts this through, it'll be his fourth, and that's a pretty good day's work, and I would suggest that he started the first quarter off pretty slowly.
So Lee Clifford now moves in. It's a good-looking approach. The umpire's moved a little bit across, but not too far. Again, with the umpire to get things underway, which he does. Scott again, 50-50 on that occasion, and Spengler, he read it very, very well. Kicks it long into the forward area. In defence, Corio done well again. They threw, handball went to Barton towards the centre of the ground, pushed in the back against Scott, I'd say. And Forbes gets the free kick. Player running off the wing on that occasion was Middleton. He kicks it towards the half-forward flank for Geelong West, but numbers through Lewis for Corio, picked it up towards centre wing. Comes to ground, Bigham, just handballs forward, knew that Holsfine would be there. Off the left foot, Holsfine now towards half forward. Mark not taken by Greenfull. He had the drop on his opponent, but now numbers with Geelong West. They try to push it away. Very, very scrambly at the moment, and it does come out. Holsfine, he's diving in and under. Umpire says it's not coming out. I'll take the footy. And at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter, 88 plays 48. Corio in front, umpire to put the ball in the air.
So just outside the centre square, Scott again tries to step the ball back towards the centre of the ground, cleaned up by Melville, comes back to Scott this time, kick smothered off the boot, and running onto the ball is Collard. Collard gets around the oncoming Geelong West player, shoots on goal. It's a long kick, but unfortunately for that player, the ball has gone through for a behind. So Collard brings up his first score for the afternoon and moves Corio to 14 goals 5. They lead the Geelong West side 7 goals 6. We've ticked over 11 minutes, third quarter to Grandy Cycle scoreboard.
That's right. From that kick for Corio, good work O'Brien, comes off the back of the pack to Wade, hooks it around the body, looking for Grenfell. He can't get hold of the footy, and offhands it's Bigham. Ruck work for Corio. Bowman, tackle the player without the football, and that was almost...
I think Michael thought he was going to just grab that, and he was right on him, but he didn't touch the footy and pulled him straight off the ball.
So free kick to Geelong West. Go wide. Mark taken out there by Delaney. Still half-back flank. Goes long towards centre wing. The leaders come from Smith. Oh, does well. Lewis there for Corio. Got the big Hinks.
Ball thrown back in on centre wing. Scott gets the ball over the back. Goes to Cullen. Has the running player in ruck. Now goes on to Lewis. Lewis gets his kick. Not a good-looking kick off the boot. Grenfell can't mark the ball. Colston taps the ball forward. Favours Melville. Goes back to Troy. To Adam Melville. Goes wide. Finds his mark. And now Dag from the half-back line. Kicks towards centre wing. 4-on-1. Not probably a good option there. It's cleaned up there by Corio. Big tackle there. It comes back to Killenwell. Goes by hand now. Finds Collard. Running the wrong way. Looks for a handball. Goes to Hartles. Hartles on the left foot. Springs round the corner. This time only as far as Delaney from Geelong West. Centre wing goes back towards half forward. But Barton is given the free kick away there for a little push in the back. And the resulting free kick goes to Doyle of Geelong West. Doyle kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Wilkie leading out, strong mark and strong hands. Takes the mark 40 metres out, almost directly in front. So Chris Wilkie with an opportunity to bring up his third goal for the afternoon. Geelong West 8th has a shot from 40 metres out directly in front. So Chris Wilkie, probably on his range, comes in now. Shoots on goal. It's a nice kick off the boot, but it's coming across and it's through for a minor score. So Wilkie now has 2 goals 2. Corio and Geelong West 7 goals 7. They trail the Corio side 14 goals 5.
Hands, and probably should have kicked that. Would have given him 3. So they need that.
So Corio having trouble getting the ball out of the defensive area from the kick-ins. As the mark on this occasion taken by Kelly from the kick-in for Geelong West. Got a player on his own and takes the mark uncontested in the forward pocket. And, all too easy for the Geelong West side. Poor defence there for Corio, and as Laurie called it, Etheridge has taken the mark. Has already 1 goal and 10 metres out. Every chance of kicking another one here. So about to move in. And he just snuck it in. It wasn't a very good kick. In fact, it's touched the post. I'm not too sure which. So in fact, it's only a behind. So a bad miss there for West. 7-8-50 for Geelong West. 14-5-89 Corio. The Grandy Cycle third quarter scoreboard. 15 minutes gone.
So Cullen doing the kicking in ball. Not a good kick, but Bitmaid sneaks across in front of Collard. It is, and takes a mark. He's obviously said something because he's been given a 50-metre penalty here. So Jay Bidmaid will have a chance to score his first goal for the afternoon, and another goal for Geelong West. So
I was just about going to say, Dale, we haven't seen him kick on goal yet. He's had a few touches, the young fella, but he's got another one. He's got a goal as well.
That's a Scott. Again, lovely tap down. Spengler went without the footy on that occasion. Tried to convince the umpire he deserved a free kick. But it goes to Barclay. He goes towards half forward for West, and they're getting the clearances. And Chris Doyle has taken the mark and goes inside forward 50. And there's a tap forward by Spengler, and this umpire is not fair dinkum because Spengler, there's no doubt in the wide world, he pushed his opponent out then, and the umpire has been paying him all day and decided not to, maybe because it's Adam Spengler, a bloke with a bit of experience and a bit of nous.
Yeah, I don't know, Eric, about that, but he's certainly got the kick and every chance of converting this into a goal.
So Spengler now moves in, well inside the 50-metre arc. Nice looking kick off the boot. The umpire doesn't even move as Adam Spengler.
17-10. Werribee 5 goals 6. East Geelong 19-7. And the other close game now is Winchelsea 9 goals 4. Anarchy 7-16.
Some interesting scores there, and from the ball up in the middle, I see Corio are well getting a bit more fair dinkum because Bowman's in the centre there. But in the meantime, West have got a rattle on here because the ball's been picked up by Middleton. He's gone toward goal, but unfortunately not a good kick off the boot. And it's out of back, and the ball's in their forward pocket. Spengler, well, that should be a free kick if the umpire, because from the throw-in, it wasn't a good throw-in, but he took the ball, was immediately tackled, and as a result, the ball's ended up in the arms of Kelly, and he's kicked his second goal for the quarter. Was it Kelly kicked that, or was it?
No, it was Kelly. In the air, umpire puts it there. Now, Scott in ruck with Forbes, comes back, nice tap back to Bowman. Bowman goes long with a torpedo. It's a nice little kick off the boot. Travels a good 50 metres into the forward line. Melville, and he's going back with the flight of the ball. Adam goes across the face of goal now, takes 2 bounces. There's his third. Kicks on the ball now, goes out towards the half-back line, looking for and finding Bidmaid. So he's made some good ground there. Jai Bidmaid, half-back flank for Geelong West. Looking for options further down the ground. Looking for and trying to find the player in Mitchell, but misses and picked up by Scott. He goes by hand and not a good handball. Comes this time to O'Brien, feeds through the pack. Bingham runs on the ball, quick kick on the left foot towards full forward position, and Troy Feldman takes a strong mark there. I think that was well done there by Grenville. He just provided a bit of option there for him.
Scott took the mark, and handball obviously didn't speak because it hit Brian Fesco in the middle of the back as he ran past.
So looking for the quick feed there, but unfortunately now for the, fortunately for the Corio side, Troy Feldman from about 15 metres out will have a shot on goal. So Feldman comes in, looking for his 4th in the afternoon, and that's pretty good off the boot. So Feldman gets his 4th.
And no different today. Tapped down by Scott again into the arms of Holzfine. Can't get clear. Now he does, or Cornwall does. Another torpedo into the full forward area, but standing firm is Adam Melville. Playing in the back half in this quarter, kicks it out wide, looking for and finding Mitchell. Mitchell now takes his time, hooks it back inboard, shocking kick straight into the arms of Collard for Corio. Collard now goes the skimming kick. Oh, hole's fine. That's nice a terrific mark just inside forward 50. And now he gets a call from out wide. O'Brien was calling, but hole's fine could see that he was going to be covered. So it might be just outside his range perhaps from here. In fact it is, because he's gone for the kick to position. Oh, Spengler, a mark he should have taken and didn't. Now receives a short pass towards half-back flank, can't handle a footy, and they're going to muck it up. Geelong West, I think players are just tired. Ball being thrown in, 22.5 minutes third quarter, and it's all yours, Dale.
Ball back in the hands of Nevada Cornwall from the Druck tap. Unfortunately can't go anywhere with the pressure from the Geelong West side, and the ball will be thrown up.
200 games he has to go in the ruck.
Not too good, is it? But this time Scott's made the ground. Scott will get in ruck, taps the ball, comes down now. Nevada Cornwall picks the ball up, goes to Bowman. Bowman's shot on goal, looks pretty good off the boot. And Michael Bowman has kicked his 3rd goal for the afternoon. Corio
have had trouble clearing the ball out of the middle on that occasion. The tap down went to Barclay. He kicks it forward for West. Went through a couple of players' legs, and Greaves weaves, gets the ball towards half forward. That was attacking the footy well was Colston for the West side, and handball now comes back to is it Spengler once again? It is. Yes. He's put down after he kicks the footy. The mark almost taken at half forward, but good work there by Collard for the Corio side. Finds his teammate Bingham on centre wing. He goes to the lead of half forward, and Holzfine dives forward, takes a good mark. Gee, he makes some distance. He's very quick, this young fella. Now he kicks it back into the corridor, and a couple of players leading for it. Bowman has taken the mark, and well, you'd think, he's outside man on the mark, just inside 50.
To get back.
I think he might be, because it's outside of his range. He's going to have a go, however. Long kick towards full forward. Oh, it only veered off at the last.
He got the distance.
Little bit. He did get the distance. 3 goals, 2 off the boot of Michael Bowman. 16-6-102 Corio. 10-8-68 Geelong West. The Grandy Cycles third quarter scoreboard. 25 minutes gone.
Ball's been brought back into play and moved quickly to centre wing by Bidmead. Finds Doyle on true centre wing. Goes back to Bidmead. Now he has another kick, goes short, not a good looking kick, it falls a bit short, it's not a good, and Scott picks the ball up off the ground, or tries to, gets a handball this time, the player's looking at him, goes towards the player Collard out wide to Cornwall to half forward, and has Amasio drops the mark, picked off by Melville this time, looking for support, gets around the oncoming player, now he picks the ball up again, goes long, over the top, finds Ingerson, handball back, going to a bid mate again, I think it is, and kicks the ball forward to true centre wing. Tackle there with a player on possession, not awarded. Good follow-up there from Ingerson. Picks the ball up, looks once, goes back inside on the left foot, towards centre half forward, in the hole, Matthew Cullen. Over the top, Spengler comes in. Good work, gets the ball Forbes, but playing in front this time, Osekas in front of Wilkie, and he takes the mark. Has four players this side of the ground, and goes towards Bingham. Bingham takes the mark, has time to steady, comes round the corner, Matty Wade takes the mark. Now, just inside the field of play, goes into the centre, short chip. Matty Cullen's moved down the ground, takes another mark. He'd have some good numbers up too, wouldn't he, Laurie?
I haven't done his, mate,
That's
but
all
he
right.
would have a lot of numbers,
wide,
that's for sure.
And the mark taken by Danny Ruck just outside the half-forward line.
He's run some full back to there.
Moved well down the ground, looking for Feldman. Also in that hole will be, I think it's Melville. No, it's not.
I'm going to pay that. That's a good mark.
Good mark there to the Geelong West player in Mitchell at centre half back. So Mitchell chips the ball wide. This time Melville has the mark again. Plays on, takes the bounce, crosses over the half back line, goes short by foot to the centre wing. Doesn't find a player there. Picked up by Collard. He gets his kick forward, goes back to that hole, and sniffing in again. This time is Paul Simpson. Chips the ball wide, comes out towards Delaney on the half-back line. Pressure there from the Corio player in Holt's find. He goes over the top, goes to Colson, tackled in the, well, trying to kick the ball. Short kick backwards, goes Matty Wade, not 10, goes short, looking for Athanasio, I should say. I'll get it out in a minute. Athanasio.
Oh, well done.
We might get you in the box every time he gets the ball, I think.
That's his brother, I think.
Bit of support there from the crowd, well done. But it is three-quarter time as the siren is sounded here at Shell Oval. And at three-quarter time, Corio, 16 goals, 6-102. They lead the Geelong West side 10-8. Siren sounded. We're about to get underway in the final quarter as the ball goes in the air once again. Scott, as he's done all day, dominated. Bowman almost went with the footy. Unfortunately, he didn't take it with him. And it's picked up by Middleton for Geelong West. He goes around the corner towards half forward. Barton read that
Good
well.
mark,
Took a good mark. He put his body on the line in front of Wilkie. He knew he was coming from behind, but he took the mark at centre half back. Goes very wide. Kick not so good. And ball comes down into the arms for Geelong West. They come forward. Bid made. He's, he tried to beat the tackle. Hole's fine, but good tackle as the ball now goes towards half forward. Danny Ruck. Just a little hand in the back. Got away with that one. And takes the saving mark, goes toward Bingham on centre wing, takes the mark. The ability to turn both ways is a great asset for Bingham. Finds Bowman. Bowman now, the lead has come from the full forward area from Robbie Walton. Haven't seen him on the ground very much, but he is on the ground at the moment. Ball very close to the boundary line. West working hard to bring the ball out, which they do now. Back towards the half-back flank, and Bid made again. He's had a good game. Takes the mark, goes back into the corridor. Player completely on his own. It looks like Spengler to me. He's had a very good day also.
15 kicks for...
Now decides to eludes the two men on the mark. Does well. Runs toward the change rooms on the left foot.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the kick doesn't reach its mark. And the umpire has suggested that,
Free kick to West by look at the way he's...
we must have... It's Ettridge. I thought he bumped his head in the ground, but the umpire has indicated perhaps there was contact from the player. It would be accidental, certainly, both going for the football. But Etheridge, the man on the mark, is on the 50-metre arc. Half-forward flank as Etheridge now moves in. Well, he's improved pretty quickly because he's kicked it long toward the goal square, and Ricky Bingham read that well. Experience, takes the saving mark. Now he finds Bowman on half-back. He goes back by hand to Cornwall. He just lopes away, goes down the corridor, middle of the ground, and good mark there by Collard. Plays on quickly. Now they're away west. Barton takes the mark. He can have a bounce. He's had one. He goes to forward 50. Long kick into the full forward area. Feldman can't take the mark. Push forward. No, said the umpire. Young's Scott doing well in the contest there. Now it stacks on the mill, and the umpire says, I'll have it 35 metres directly in front of the Corio goal. 2.5 minutes gone, final quarter. No change to the three-quarter time score. Corio in front.
Ball tapped down by Walton, straight in the hands of O'Brien. Brian over the top at goal. And that's his first goal for the afternoon, I believe. And ball comes to the back, goes straight in the hands of Cornwall. Good strong tackle by Spengler. Umpire says no chance there, and will be balled up in the air once again. So still in the centre of the ground.
How would Spengler be roving to Scott? Strike.
It'd be like Sparrow and roving to Gage.
Yep, and the ball's in the air this time. Scott with a big backhander goes in the hands of Bidmade this time. So the ball pushed forward quickly, but in front is Greaves for Corio and takes the relieving mark inside the centre half-back position. Goes wide looking for Collard. Pressure there from Philby, but good mark there from Collard. Stands back, now he's going to take his time and settle and push the ball forward. Goes towards the centre half forward position up the ground, or push out there maybe by Hartles, but he gets away with it. Goes into the hand now of Bowman. Bowman back by hand to Scott. Scott doesn't know what to do with it. Gets a kick. Maybe his first for the afternoon, but it's smothered and comes back now to Philby. Philby from centre wing goes towards centre half forward. Wilkie a chance. Oh, push there from it is 33 in Kelly. Kicks towards goal, and he's found Etheridge. It is at the front of the goal square. So
he definitely had a look in, Dale.
Good strong work in the contest there.
Kelly got his head up, saw it.
Mark Etheridge for Geelong West. Only 15 metres out directly in front of goal. And you would hope that for the reward for the players down the field, he kicked this goal for the Geelong West side. So he comes in now, shoots on goal. Umpire doesn't move, and that's the goal to Geelong West.
Something going there is Scott. Oh, big tap down for the ruckman to Bigham. He's immediately tackled. Ball comes to ground. Ooh, hole's fine. Gee whiz, it would have been interesting had that run at the football hit the player, but oh goodness me, good work there. The handball comes out for Corio to, that was Hartle, I think, and finally it's rushed through for behind to Corio. But a couple of young fellas involved in that passage of play. 17-7-109 Corio, 11-8-74 Geelong West. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard as the ball kicked in, and the mark taken half-back flank for Geelong West. Little chip over the top, looking for and finding, that was Mitchell, and Mitchell now, the number 14, made famous by Stuart Scott. He goes towards half-forward, players colliding with one another. Well, handball comes out to Scott. Can he bend down and pick it up? He can. Handballed a matter of inches, goes to Ricky Bigham by hand. There's a little chip to Michael Bowman. His pace almost got him there. He eludes the tackle. Nice looking handball out, looking for Lewis. Oh, there's the rugby tackle from behind. The perfect tackle, unfortunately, dead set straight in the player's back. And free kick now to Geelong West. Oh, a pretty awkward kick, but it's come off to Reid. Reid now for Geelong West, goes wide towards centre wing, looking for and finding Spengler. Oh, Holzfine almost took the mark off him, and Asikas does well. Taps it along the ground to... that was Cullen to Holzfine by hand, to Bigham, back to Holzfine, and this is much better from Corio. Lovely looking pass, and diving to take the mark there. In fact, he didn't, was Hartles. Tries to hit the ball out, and there's a good battle in defence for West, and they come clear. Now the numbers with West as it goes to Forbes. He can run away, has one bounce. Now puts it on the foot. The chip has come forward, and that's it looks like Kelly again. And he's been pretty handy up forward. Long kick to the goal square, and there's Etheridge on his own. And I think probably it might well have been a little bit of recompense, because I think Matty Cullen got one behind the play, and I think he was just square enough, unfortunately, right in front of the umpire.
You don't square up there.
In the air this time, Scott gets the ball down in the hands of Cornwall. Players on the ground looking to get the ball out. Comes between legs, but it's not going to go too far, I don't think. And the umpire will now call for another throw-up.
I've seen the ball come out like that in rugby union, out through the legs.
So it's in the air again. Scott and Forbes. Forbes this time gets hands on the ball, did well, comes down. Spengler can't clean up, but it's picked up by Philby. Goes by foot, I think it is there now. Tries to find Spengler, but a poor bounce comes to Cornwall. Cornwall takes a bounce, runs to centre wing, goes over the top, looking wide, looking for, and finding
the man in the crowd.
It's a bit too wide there, and it's gone out of bounds.
So the ball now in the hands of Geelong West on the half-back flank.
So the ball kicked now back into towards the centre wing. Matty Wade takes a mark, but no, he's put it down. Picks up there by Cullen. Cullen screws the ball on the left foot. Goes back. Hartle's backing back. Can't take the mark. Pressure now. Picks up by Athanasius. Can't get the ball. Kicks it off the ground though. O'Brien has a chance. He can't pick the ball up. Good pressure there from the Geelong West side. Melville gets the ball back. Feeds back to the player in Mitchell. Mitchell gets a handball off, goes to Barkley. Barkley, a quick carry in the corner, and Mark Etheridge, pushed up the ground, has taken the mark. Etheridge, centre half back, plays on now, comes towards the half forward line, but going back with the flight of the ball and taking the mark is Barton for the Corio side. Barton, short in towards the centre. Oh, good strong mark there by Cullard, does well. Pressure from Spengler. Goes now wide to the centre wing, leading up the ground. Wade takes the mark. Done well today. Wade goes short this time. Bowman presents again. Can't take the mark on his chest, but follows up nicely. Good chase there from Reed. Puts a lot of pressure on him. Able to get to his feet again is the player Bowman. Kicks towards the full forward line. Hartles from behind. Doesn't take the mark. Comes back to Barclay now with the spoil. Kicks forward again. Wade tries to run into the ball. Misses possession there. Cleaned up there by, it is the player in Delaney. He feeds the ball back and kicked forward. But the mark comes to Cullen, who's taking the mark coming out of the centre of the ground. On the left foot, goes wide, looking for, finds Lewis in the half-back flank. A push there with no eyes on the ball from Barclay, and the player, Brad Lewis, will take the free kick about 20 metres out, almost directly in front here, so we're nearly right behind the flight of the ball. So the rugby player, the rugby background. So
he was
Lewis,
very good last year with his tackling, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, sensationally, one game. So Lewis, probably not renowned for his goal kicking, but has a chance here to kick the 18th goal for Corio. Comes in. Oh, that looks pretty nice off the boot. That's a nice looking kick.
A nice kick.
So Brad Lewis kicks his first for the afternoon.
Scott, well, 50-50, but secondary effort very good from Scott. Now a tap forward
Lewis.
for Corio into the arms of Lewis. Off a step, goes towards half forward. Greenfall. Oh, he seemed to be galloping after that. Picked up there by Bingham. Handball to Scott. Not too sure where to go. Goes towards full forward mark. Not taken there by Walton. Comes to ground. West, they're out of trouble again. Back into the middle. Picked up by Forbes. Kicked it backwards, but retained possession because Bidmade has taken the mark half-back flank. And a lot of players looking very, very tired now. Some on hands and knees, catching breath as Etheridge on centre wing. Goes forward again for the Geelong West side. And Spengler takes the mark on forward 50. He's a good player, this fella. The kick is not so good, however, and gives Corio a bit of a chance. And, well, there's a free kick. I have no idea what that was for. No idea in the wide world. I thought two players bumped.
He indicated hanging on, but...
I didn't see that.
The free kick is with Geelong West anyway. And
Philby, is it?
he's inside the forward 50 as he moves forward.
You're
It
right,
looked like
Dale.
Philby, and that's a nice looking
That's a
kick
sausage
from
roll.
Philby, and he might well have got his first goal. Yes, he
Play
If
footy.
they can free up Splinger, it'll be good. So the ball can't back in the centre of the ground. This time
Forbes.
Forbes now starting to jump at the ball, is doing very well. Comes towards the player there and comes now. It's moved to work quickly towards half forward flank for the Geelong West side. Goes towards Doyle. Doyle takes possession of the ball, goes back. This time Spengler centres the ball up and finds Fratoli just outside the 50-metre zone. So Fratoli plays on now, comes towards the true centre half forward. Wilkie's a target.
He's got it.
Yes, he's
They
done a
hold
good
him
job.
as well.
Free kick all marked there for Chris Wilkie. So he's a big target up forward, Chris Wilkie, but he's done very well. So he now has an opportunity to go back and kick another goal for Geelong West, to finishing this game pretty well. They haven't given up the ghost in one effort whatsoever. So it's a nice effort. Chris Wilkie for his third goal. Comes in, 25 metres out, shoots on goal, looks
He's
okay
got it.
off the boot. And that's a good kick there from Wilkie. His third for the afternoon.
Jump a little bit.
So in the middle again, well, Scott got that one, got it down to Wade, but they can't clear the ball away. It stacks on the mill, almost still in the centre circle, and umpire's blown the whistle and will put it in the air once again. But it's been a very interesting tactical battle. I reckon you can see some merit in these two teams.
Do you think the umpires don't throw it up as hard when they get tired as well?
Well, that doesn't seem to be going as high. The ball on that occasion was tapped down into the arms of O'Brien for Corio, picked up by Anastasio. He goes towards full forward. It's going to land just from where it actually landed, but the ball thrown in there. Walton did the tapping in for the Corio side, but it was picked up by Bidmade over the top to Dag, and Dag there runs away, kicks it towards centre wing. Scott against Forbes. Both players pretty tired. Off there, the ball comes in, and there's a whistle on play.
West.
Umpire suggested holding the ball, perhaps. So
because the ruckman didn't touch it, I don't know whether he construed that as being the ruck contest. I don't know there.
So that this umpire paid it, the other umpire didn't earlier
Spengler,
on. So I'd say Spengler has the footy, no doubt about that. He kicked it along the boundary line. Nice looking kick, with good work there by Asikas. Got into Parida contest. Corio getting back to try to save the situation. Now it's a push in the back quite clearly. The free kick is against West. It's against Etheridge. If he's not careful, he'll give 50. But Asikas it is with the free kick in front of the social club here at Corio. We've been playing 17.5 minutes final quarter. And it's Cornwall, no doubt, just a clear push in the back in front of the social club. And free kick Geelong West.
So Spengler to take the free kick, plays on now, goes, nice looking kick off the boot, going wide, and Chris Wilkie going back with the flight of the ball has taken another mark, uncontested there, but another good effort there from the big fellow at full forward. So Wilkie going back, lining up for his 4th goal for the afternoon.
Gets them within 3 goals.
They're finishing full of running too.
He's enjoying his day out there, I think, Wilkie.
Against his old club, so Chris Wilkie comes in, shoots on goal. And that's another nice kick off the boot. So his 4th goal for the afternoon.
And the ball, that's a better throw. Scott gets up high, taps it forward. Corio coming at Brian, hits it out to Cornwall.
He's gone.
He handballed it clear that time. He comes back, good second effort, Cornwall. Looks for and finds Bigham by hand, but they're showing a bit of endeavour, certainly the Geelong West defenders. Ricky Bigham did that very well, probably deliberately put it out in front of it.
He was looking for the boundary line to be friendly, and it was.
Ball out of bounds, half forward flank for Corio, kicking to the northern end in this last quarter, 19 minutes gone. There's 17 points in front, Corio, with Geelong West coming home very strongly. The tap clear comes to Geelong West again. Now picked up by Barton, the long kick. That's where you got to put it into the full forward area at the back of the pack. Feldman, can he make ground to get to the footy? Can't, but he's got some support there. Now Walton, great tackle there on Melville as West try to get the footy out of the danger area, and they've done well. Handball came back to Colston. He goes long. It's too long, and in fact is where's the boundary umpire? Out on the full, as
they worked that out of the back half beautifully, Eric. There.
They did, and the ball has gone to Nevada Cornwall. The ensuing free kick, long back inside forward 50 once again. Mark needed for Corio here. No mark, but a free kick, and it's gone to Hartle, and Corio. The benefit of that free kick on forward 50. There's a good looking kick. Oh, Matty Cullen, goodness gracious. He's incurred the wrath of the umpire before, so he's probably not going to get a free kick. And looked like a head-high tackle to me. And West again worked very, very hard. Now there's a
free kick.
The umpire.
That was high tackle.
I thought the first free kick went to Corio, but he's given the second one to West, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But it goes back towards centre wing. West trying very, very hard to Wade, held without the footy there, surely. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Now he says, I'll have the footy. And on true centre wing, 21 minutes gone, final quarter, 115 plays 98, Corio in front.
So through on the centre wing, the ball's back in the air. Scott gets a tap down. Plucked out by Spengler now with a running Philby coming through. Trying to pick the ball up, can't do so. Coming the other way was the player in Lewis. He tries to pick the ball up, picked up, knocked forward by Cullen. Goes towards Doyle. Doyle goes wide. And that man Etheridge has found space by himself once again. Runs towards 30, kicks on goal, knocked over. If he misses, he'll get another shot. But that's a goal. So the goal will count, and Geelong West will go. Corio still in front. Will need to kick another one just to secure the game, I would imagine. Ball comes down, goes to Wade. He can't pick the ball up. O'Brien has it this time on the left foot. A quick kick forward. Cornwall runs onto it, but coming the other way is Dag. Good tackle there from Cornwall. Bortles knocked out. Holes fine, cuts the ball. Runs inside 50, shoots on goal. Open square. Will it go through? No, it bounces, stays in. Oh, big tackle or hit by Hartles on the point post. He's still down, picked up and cleared for Geelong West. Comes out towards Smith. Lewis from behind knocks the ball to the ground. Can't see what's happening now, but the ball has gone over the boundary line, I think, about the half forward line for the Corio side. They're still in attack and would probably need that goal just to save this game. 22, nearly 23 minutes gone. Scott comes in to do the work. Walton's there. He leaves it for Walton. Knocks the ball forward. Umpire runs onto it nicely but doesn't pick it up. Goes towards the player in, I think, Barclay there it was. But the ball kicks forward and it's been taken by Geelong West. Spengler comes forward. This time it's Barclay in front of the box here. So Barclay, centre wing. Collard on the mark. Now he goes long. Looking for the options down. Trying to find Doyle. But Osikas takes the mark and relieves some pressure for Corio's side. Come back towards centre wing. Two players there. Bowman's there. Well shepherded there by Walton. Takes the mark. Has time now to slow the game up. Does so. Goes over the top. Short. Looking for. And this time finds O'Brien. O'Brien between half forward and wing. Goes over the top again. Wide kick. And on the lead is taken. I can't see who that is now. It's out of the road. Troy Feldman it is. He takes the mark. Troy Feldman now still outside 50. Eric, you must.
So Feldman now about to bring the ball back in towards the forward 50. So long kick from Feldman. It's the way to go late in the game. Big mark in the last line of defence by, that was Sam Mitchell for Geelong West. Unfortunately, I would have thought he needs to go straight down the middle of the ground at this stage. Bowman does well to make a contest there. Back to Cornwall, bit of experience there, hooks it around the body, looking for his teammate there from Corio. Nobody can take the mark. Holds fine, picks it up, goes backwards. A lovely control kick to Matty Cullen, goes towards the full forward position. Big pack of players, they're all up. Bidmaid, he tacks the footy. Hartles. In fact, it's Grenfell. Handball back to Athanasio. He tries to hook it around the body. He can't get it clear either. Now they push it over the bat. No, in fact, it's still in. Ricky Bigham. The handball forward. But it comes back there to Grenfell. The siren has sounded. It's all over here at Corio. A fantastic fighting effort in the final quarter by the Geelong West side. But they've fallen 11 points short at the end of the day. 18 goals, 7, 115. That's Corio. 16-8, 100.